Hello and welcome back to the Hull Seahawks and a mini episode of Behind the Curtain. We're going to focus a lot on the off-ice side of the club today, and I'm joined by Hull Seahawks commercial and media manager and friendly face that you all know from around the rink, Callum. How are you, first of all, sir? 11 months since I think we had you on the pod, you and Matt.
Yeah, me and Matt Mallory, yeah. No, it's, thanks for having me on. And first and foremost, I just want to say a massive thank you to you, because I know that you change all of your work shifts and patterns during the week just to be here. So during the week, so then obviously you're working at weekends and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of respect for you. So thank you very much, first and foremost, sir.
No, much appreciated. But we're here to talk about, obviously, the busy period that you're having at the moment. The off-season is the busiest time of the year, for your role. There'll be always talks going on through the year, always helpful to pick up, sponsors and things throughout the year. And that's when you're having those first conversations. But this is where the deals are being done.
Yeah,
and I say, and a lot of what Matty can do on the ice, with the team that he puts together, is all linked, and everything is about money these days, and media and commercial agreements are what is going to bring the money in that allows the club to then go on and be successful. So your role is so vital in making sure that's there for the club. And it's only been a full-time role for about a month or so at the point of recording this, but how are you finding it?
Yeah, just first and foremost, like I said when obviously it was announced, genuinely it's a dream come true. I'm just any other you guys, just a fan who's now working for the club. It's a dream. So I'm obviously really happy, really proud, and obviously just want to do everybody else proud as well, and obviously support Matty and Joe the best I can. And for example, they've just been away on holiday and stuff, them being able to go away on holiday and sort of have that sort of comforting feeling where they can go away and know that everything's in, I like to think, safe hands, so just things like that. But like you say, it's the off-season that's not the off-season, so there's lots of conversations and stuff that are going on sort of all the way around the club. The support, honestly, has been absolutely fantastic, and I'm not just saying that just because it sounds good, genuinely, from where the club was sort of 2 years ago, obviously doing this role kind of voluntarily for the first 2 years to where we are now. It's incredible, the change in shift that we've had has been just crazy, because at the start we'd almost be really sort of almost begging in a way people to come in and obviously support us and really trying our utmost hardest. But now it's getting to a point where people are getting in touch with us, which is really, really nice. Obviously we're still getting in touch with different people, obviously different companies in Hull, but the level of interest and support, obviously, from the commercial side of things, as well as obviously around the rink in terms of fans and season tickets and everything, has been phenomenal. So it makes my job in a way a heck of a lot easier. But yeah, it's all about obviously what Matt is doing on the ice, because at the end of the day, that's what gets sort of bums on seats, and that's what gets interest. So I think that's why last season was really, really good in terms of the club. Obviously, we finished fourth, which was good. Cup final, which was massive for us. Obviously, getting those extra gates in and stuff like that, and coming so close, it set a real sort of foundation and a benchmark to go on and push next season.
And of course, you mentioned there things about season tickets and people coming through the doors. It's that's money that the club have locked in. Very early on. From committed supporters. We're able to put that money in, it's there, as you say, there for the club to use. They've got their seats secured. They've saved a bit of money in the process of doing so. The numbers that we're seeing, you mentioned, 400 already, on the season ticket list. There's probably never been a time in Hull where there's been 400 season ticket holders. There's been clubs in Hull where have struggled to get 400 people total through the doors. The success that the club's having at the moment is unparalleled.
Yeah, like I say, it makes my life a heck of a lot easier. And that's not including sponsors either. So that's just genuine sort of fans, paying fans who are coming in, and we're around that 400. I know we've sold another sort of 510 as well in the last week, which has been absolutely fantastic. One thing that's been sort of huge for the club this time around is being able to offer the 12-month season ticket, so fans can spread the cost out all year round and make the payments as low as possible obviously Hull is a very sort of like a hard-working background, genuine, honest, hard-working people, and we're more than aware of that. So doing that as a payment option, I know that was asked for the season before. We obviously didn't have the capacity to do that because we were still at using HCAL sort of ticketing systems, so it didn't really offer that. But moving to Ticket Co, obviously now we're able to do that, and obviously it opens up a lot more doors for us, which, like I say, has allowed us to grow to having this many season ticket holders, which when we're doing posts and stuff like that and people are commenting and saying this is our first ever season ticket or it's the first season ticket in 5, 10, 15 years, it's a great sort of compliment to, like I say, the direction the club's going in, but obviously what Matt is producing as well, sort of on the ice, and obviously with Joe's support and everything. It's just, yeah, it's a great place to be. It really is.
No, I say it sounds like everything's in a very good footing at the moment, and a lot of that is not just down to fans but to our partners as well. Of course, we'll start off with the one you might see on the desk here. A huge company, Hull-based company, world renowned in what they do, that put a lot of money and support into the club last year. Built a great partnership with Wreck-It through their first season. With the club and as the title sponsors. How's it going with them this off-season, of course? I know there'll be a lot of people wondering, whether that relationship will continue to grow.
Yeah, so it's one of them things where talks are still ongoing. It's really good. It's really positive. Everything last season was really, really good. It was, like you say, it was a good foundation to have. Hopefully we'll have more news on that sort of in the next week or two. I know there's sort of a few different sort of people, important people having holidays and stuff coming up. So we are getting there. So that's really, really good. But it's not only Wreck-It, it's obviously you guys down the bottom of the shirt as well, your Smales Goldie, and every sort of corporate partner or sponsor, like no matter how big or small, we've got packages that just start from £500 now, for these companies to come and sponsor a match night. So And again, I'm not just saying it for the sake of it. Genuinely, every sponsor that comes through the door, whether it's just sponsoring a match night at 500, obviously, or your Wreck-It guys, we genuinely really do appreciate every single one, because it allows, at the end of the day, like you mentioned earlier, it allows Matty to go out and sign these important players, which then obviously brings the product on the ice, and everything's kind of connected, and everything kind of goes up the stairs or snowballs, and at the end of the day, it allows Matty to do what he needs to do to then obviously hopefully bring some silverware back to Hull, which is the main aim for next season.
Yeah, as well as I was going to mention Smales Goldie, because unlike a lot of our sponsors are new sponsors to find in the game. Smales Goldie, one that's been around Hull ice hockey for decades now, and of course Ian Lamb's the honorary president of the club as well. And when you mentioned first season of the Seahawks, you meant almost begging companies to come on board. They were one that, were very much ready and willing to support the team.
Yeah, 100%. And like I say, it's those kind of mainstay guys when obviously the Seahawks come back, and obviously you've got your fan base, but then you've got sort of almost in a way your sponsor base as well. So people who have sort of previously sponsored with the Pirates and stuff like that, they're now obviously finding back out as a team in Hull again, kind of thing. And obviously then it's just a case of explaining, look, we're under new ownership. It's two local lads from Hull. It don't want to sound like Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it means more now. I think like it's coming from the heart, and it's from two local hardworking lads who have bought two businesses up in Hull from nothing to where they are. So genuinely, I think it means a lot. And yeah, like I say, it's great to have them on board, and that's why I want to try and give them that sort of recognition now. I mean, you'll have seen on social media now where we're announcing these sponsors and sort of partners, and there's a lot more sort of stuff to come during the season as well. In terms of obviously, there's a lot of backing and stuff from some of these guys. So in terms of content to some of our bigger partners, we're going to be sort of going to their sort of bases and HQs and doing some content and just some fun stuff where it's like it's good advertising for them, but it's good stuff for the fans to watch and things like that. So yeah, there's all sorts in the planning. I've had loads of conversations since I've started in sort of at the start of May. It's been absolutely fantastic. So it's the only way is up, and yeah, really exciting times for sure.
No, 100% have to agree. I'm going to have to mention one that sort of crosses the boundaries. Competition at the moment with one of our commercial partners to design the warm-up shirt as well is a great thing that's been run at the moment. I know, say Kia, they've committed, haven't they, on a long-term basis as well, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah, and they've committed to having a sort of bit of a 2-season agreement, which is absolutely phenomenal for us. I went to go and see sort of Gary and Carl, and they're genuine, just nice working, hard lads, and that's what we absolutely love. And the jersey designs have always been spot on. They've always been a real coup with the fans. So doing this competition where actually we want these sort of the younger generation to come in and sort of design the jerseys and almost not give something back, but give the fans sort of an input in a way. And Claire was showing me some of the designs that have been created at the Fun Day just gone, and some of them are absolutely brilliant. Like there's a real nice sort of like a retro one with all different blues and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is once the deadline comes, we're going to take all the entries, print them out, and take them to Keogh, and sort of go to their base in Brig, and then sort of put them on their conference table and say, right, which one do you want? What's your top 3? Because not only have they got to choose their favourite, but we've also got to make sure it's doable as well. So that's why we're going to ask them to choose 3, just so then I can take it back to Matt Mallory and say, right, is this doable, kind of thing? Because obviously it's real good in the level of detail, but it's got to be able to be printed as well. So there is that sort of challenge to it. But like I say, there's been some good interest so far. I'm hoping there's more and more to come. I want to absolutely fill the conference table, you know. I like, even if it's just any designs at all, as long as it has obviously the blue and white like it says in there, I just want to have as many as possible so I can go to those guys and say, look, and them have a real sort of a hard decision to make. So yeah, as well, obviously, we've had Almerico as well, Jordan's player sponsor, come in for 2 years. So not only sponsors and partners committing to 1 year, committing to 2 years is a huge thing for us. So it just gives us that extra level of security, which then allows us to go out and offer these 2-year deals to Sobchak, to Jordan, and everybody that's obviously been announced on 2-year deals, you know. So it's next year we probably won't have anything to announce in terms of players because they're all on 2 years. But yeah, it's like I say, it's really exciting times, and we can't thank their commitment and dedication enough.
No, I say, as you say, really exciting times. We've seen new Rink Boards go up, I think, every week. I think we've seen those, you know, through the excellent socials as you manage well. You know, so for those companies who are already, you know, partners of ourselves, you know, it's obvious, you know, how much you and the club appreciate them, but also this is sort of a, you know, a bit of an open advert. You know, if anybody else wants to get involved, you know, they know who to contact. Yeah,
100%. And I've just set up a new email as well. So it's commercial@hullseahawks.co.uk. So it's one of them where obviously I'm quite active now on LinkedIn. I've set the club up a LinkedIn account as well, which a lot more sort of business-minded people are on there. So that's going down really, really well at the moment. So yeah, it's absolutely spot on. So in terms of Rink Boards, I was just counting up earlier, to be fair, we're probably going to be around the 20 mark in total, 22, 24. So hopefully, obviously, more and more sell. I've had more people sort of ask about those, and the beauty about them is they're not only up for our games, they're up all year round, you know. So with your public skates and your other teams that play out of Hull as well, they're going to be on there as well. So they're a great price. So anything like that, all I ask is for people to get in touch and ask about pricing, then we can go from there. And obviously, if they buy more than one package, there's a discount as well to be had. So there's lots of different bits and bats that like that can go a long way to helping businesses, especially in the local area of Hull.
No, something for everyone. That's what, you know, we've really got to stress. You know, it's a great time to get on board with the Hull Seahawks. Pleasure to speak to you today, Callum.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for having me. And again, thank you to everybody for all of the support so far.
And I say, make sure that you're back with us on YouTube and Spotify for more behind the curtain exclusives soon.